YouTube, what is going on? It's your boy C Boogie back with another video. We are doing another episode of Boogie-Ball, another 10 games in review for Golden State Miami. If you're new, welcome to the L.O.B Mob Legion of Boogie. We are live every day on Kick and Twitch. Sub to the channel here on YouTube. I'd really appreciate it. Uh that was an awful intro and it doesn't matter. I just thought that we have to make this video. My brain just like blanked out. So pardon the awful intro. Just gonna kind of give my thoughts on the last 10 games or 11 because there's 21 games now. So I was at one ahead of everything else, like an idiot. If we're going to stay in Miami, kind of just give my quick thoughts on everything. Last time we left off, the last game we touched upon was Sunday, November 12th. So we're gonna do Miami first. Um, this is how it went. A win in Charlotte, a win in Brooklyn, a loss in Chicago, a win in Chicago. Uh, Actually, no, we beat Brooklyn at home. Uh, a win in Cleveland, a loss to the Knicks, the Nets, the Bucks. One win against the Pacers, one loss against the Pacers, and then we beat the Raptors. Um, this was a interesting because the Charlotte game was a in season tournament game. Miami played such a great, like such a great game. One thing about them in Charlotte was fourth quarter. They were able to execute plays when they usually go cold, which is, you know, not their, greatest aspect of how this team has been going. Uh, but honestly, not bad, not a bad game whatsoever. Same thing in against Brooklyn. Jimmy Butler stepped up huge. I know you guys see the 36 points. Um the Nets just hung around. Miami was up double digits. The Nets, kept crawling back. Miami was able to kind of hold strong and take care of business because honestly, Miami has a really good squad. It really just comes down to what Miami Heat you're getting in the fourth quarter. And they held off. It wasn't the prettiest game, but it got the job done. And Jimmy stepped up, which is great. It's what you want. The first loss in Chicago on the 18th. Miami was up by 20 plus in the first quarter. The Bulls had like 2 points at one point in the first couple of minutes, the first few minutes. And Miami kind of collapsed, and the Bulls came back. DeRozan went off. He hit some big shots. Then Jimmy decided to, want to play hero, hit a couple of big shots, and then he decided to force one. Thus, why Miami lost by 5. I mean, people said that they choked. I wouldn't consider it a choke because a 20-point lead in the first quarter is nothing compared to a 20-point lead in the fourth. Um, we'll get to that part. But Miami then bounced back the couple days after in Chicago. Um, Bam had one of those games. And the guys kind of just followed suit. Duncan had a great game. Jaime had a great game, which he's been playing really well, and I'm very happy about that. So I really can't complain there. A big win in Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell was not playing, but I believe neither was Bam. I don't think Bam was playing. It was a fair trade off, and they went in. They finally put their foot on the gas and kept their foot on the gas. Which is why they won 129-96. It was a big game. Lowry had hit like 6, 7 threes that game. I hadn't seen him do that since he was in the finals. Um, and it was good to see them get a win. The Knicks game was a in season tournament. That game was probably the most frustrating because Miami was up by 22 in the third, and the fourth quarter they had 11 points. I think that's I can't even be mad at the Knicks for it. You know what I mean? Because the Knicks honestly didn't have that much of a better fourth quarter than we did. The Heat couldn't do anything, and that's part basketball. You got to credit the Knicks for staying put. And the motto this year, because every team seems to be playing hard, no lead safe. The Knicks come back. um, keep themselves in contention for the in-season tournament, ultimately becoming the wild card. So that was a big win for them. Uh, then the Saturday game against Brooklyn, everybody decided to rest. A couple of guys rested here and there. We got absolutely mollywopped. Brooklyn just had one of those games. Um, so there's that game. Milwaukee was a really, really, really great game. From both sides, the refs kind of took over the game in the last couple of minutes. I thought they, just let the teams play. I'm not even making excuses. Like they literally took over the last 3 minutes of the game. Um, Couple of possessions that Miami could have gotten some buckets. Um, but ultimately, Chris Middleton hit a big shot in the corner. It was an inbound, like 1.2 seconds left on the shot clock. They were down. I believe it was either tied or, yeah, I think it was no, the Bucks were down three, I believe, or it was one of those things where the Bucks were able to get some momentum off that, whether it was tied or lead. I forgot. It was one of those shots. I'm just like, there's no way that went in. It was a good shot. I mean, it was contested, but there was not much you could have done. Um, Actually, let me go. Let me see. Hold on. Un momento, por favor. Is there a game log? Well, play by play. That's what I wanted to see. Let's go to the fourth. It was a corner three for Middleton. I thought it was the thing is I thought that it was I thought that it was oh, let me go fourth. This was the one right here. Oh, it was a 2 point shot. I thought it was interesting. When was this? Let's see. Hold on. Chris Middleton. Yeah, it was tied. Next 2 point, I believe. No, it's not that one. Middleton shooting foul. It was late. There it is, right here. It was 118. It was tied. It was an inbound. Bam missed. Chris Middleton got another bucket. Bam made a couple free throws. Then Giannis got fouled. Bam made it too, so that was that. Then they called a foul on Josh Richardson, and then they called a tech on Spo. It was a bad call, but it is what it is. It was honestly one of the better games of the year. I honestly think Miami has Milwaukee's number. I think we'll be okay. I think Miami will be fine. People are gonna sleep on Miami. Giannis had a great game. Dame had a great game. Um, Jimmy did not play this game, and neither did Haywood. They were both hurt. So to put up a good fight against the Bucks, there were a couple again. I don't think Miami's been fully healthy all year, so it's another one of those seasons. Indiana was a great game. Indiana probably shot their worst that they had, and still put up 132. Jimmy went off, led the team severely. Uh, Triple J doing his thing again. Again, the Triple J has been a highlight of this season. Him and Jimmy are like copy and paste. It's ridiculous. The second game, they got their lick back. They shot really well from the field from the three, but he was making shots that he normally does make because in this first game he was not making them. And in Toronto, it was the Caleb Martin show. It was the Caleb Martin show with a little sprinkle of Jaime, which we love. So the next, I'm gonna say next 10 for real this time should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look at that. The last game is against Golden State. So we playing Cleveland, Charlotte twice, Chicago twice, Minnesota, Orlando, Atlanta, Philly, Golden State. We're gonna be uh going against Cleveland at home on Friday. I think guys are going to be healthy. Cleveland might get this win. I think we should beat Charlotte both times. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to say we lose. We potentially lose to Cleveland. We should be able to get a win against Cleveland. It's just that the length they have in Cleveland is nasty, and Donovan Mitchell's going to play, so it's like Charlotte. I feel like we beat Charlotte both times. I think we split against Chicago. Um, Unless they can get their act together and hold leads. I don't know how long Bam is going to be out, so I'm keeping that in. I'm taking that into account. Minnesota is going to be tough because Minnesota's been playing really good ball. Orlando's going to be tough. Atlanta, we should be able to get a win at home. I'm expecting them to win on Christmas because Miami's record on Christmas is outstanding, and I'm a little. Okay, this is interesting because usually since both teams are going against each other, I root for the home team. So I think Golden State gets a win, only because Golden State's home. If Miami was home, I would have said Miami. That's just how my rule has been the last, I don't know, 8 years, 9 years. I don't even know what year it is. 2020, almost 2024. It's 2023. So, 23rd. No, not even. Yeah, 2013 was when I started watching both teams together. At least keeping tabs on both until I seriously started watching both of them in the same season, which I don't know how I got to this point. So yeah, almost 10 years. So I'm gonna say Golden State wins that one just for the sake of my rule. So I'm expecting out of the next 10, I want to say two, three, four, five. I'm expecting at least 5 wins. We should get at least 5 out of the 10. And there should be more games that are won here, but it all depends on who's healthy, who wants to, who's getting buckets, who's performing, who's producing. So that is the schedule from the 8th to the 28th, which is the next 10 games. Hopefully, I actually remember that I gotta remember that we're up to that point for the next 10 instead of the next 11. And I should probably make notes of this, but I never do. So that's kind of what happened with the Miami saga. They ended up going on the 14th. They ended up going one, two, three, four, five. They ended up going 6-4, which is what I predicted. I said we went six. We would go 6-4 again in that stretch, but instead we went one, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, 6-4. Yeah, so we ended up going 6-4 again. Or am I bugging? Hold on. Am I bugging? One, two, three, four, five, six. Oh no, we went 6-5. Sorry. One, two, three. Yeah, no, we went 6-5. So it was close. It was close because I didn't do the Toronto one. I didn't do the Toronto one, so that actually checks out. Not bad. So I'm expecting 5 wins from Miami. To Golden State starting. Okay, can you move out the way, Doug? Move out the way. No, no, no. I don't want NHL. I don't want no, and I don't want NHL. We're talking about the Warriors. Uh, from the 14th, we lost 3 straight. After the loss to Minnesota, we lost again to Minnesota. B Pot had a good game. Now I'm not gonna lie. The overtime loss, Chet Holmgren, Andrew Wiggins hit a go ahead three, and then Holmgren decides to hit a corner fadeaway to go to OT, which was amazing. We get cooked this game. Again, Curry was out for a couple, but it still doesn't matter. We just got no boards. Uh, Curry cooked up my boy Dylan Brooks. We love that. Scott Foster was present in this game. I don't have to say much about it. Even the Warriors were down by a lot more than this. They were able to fight through it, so it wasn't too bad. And Curry had one of those bad games. We win against San Antonio. Curry had one of those games. Seems like Curry's the only source of offense at times. Lost to Sacramento. This was the in-season tournament game. This pissed me off because they were up 24. Um, and they just took their foot off the gas, which is more consistent with Miami. But with Golden State, it's like at least Miami has some options. It felt like there was like no weapons that could help that. And then Steve Kerr takes out Moses Moody, who sparked the run, and then it's just like, all right, well, there's that. Um, the back-to-back Clippers games, this was a collapse. The 113 and 112, even though Paul George hit a big shot, which I'm happy about. This Paul George is my guy, but it's like, why do it against Golden State, you know? And then the first one at home was really a really good game. They got out to an early lead. They were able to hold on to it. The Clippers kind of fought back, but ultimately plays were made. Curry did his thing. B Pod did his thing. B Pod's been playing really good, like the equivalent of like B Pod and Jaime. The energy is there, which is great. Um, Clay's gonna have his buckets eventually. It's just like everyone's saying he's washed. Trade him. It's just like it's tough. Um, Andrew's having a slump right now. Kuminga's stepping up, which is good, but these other guys got to step up. Draymond's been shooting the basketball surprisingly well, but it all comes down to like rebounding. We don't have. We have 3 guards out there. The Warriors have 3 guards that they play at the same time. And I'm like, dude, stop using three guards. You know, like, don't do that. We can't do that. It's not working. The Warriors are 10-11 right now. Like, come on. And then the Portland game last night, uh, which wasn't included in, you know, the 11 or the 10 that I should, but we're gonna talk about it anyway. Um, Portland they just fought. Them boys were hitting, you know, them boys are getting buckets, hitting shots that they don't usually make. Curry silenced them though, hit a big three, putting them up by 4 with like 10 seconds left, which ultimately iced it. Um, but if we, matter of fact, I want to go through this real quick. Part of our Boogie-Ball episode I was going to record, but now that we're doing the game in review, we could talk about it. Yeah, look, guys, like, look at this production. Like, I'm cool with Curry scoring 30, right? Look at Dario's playing well. That's another guy. Whew, this dude's playing center, and he's out here hooping. Kuminga, Chris Paul. I mean, limited minutes, but he, you know, I mean, not limited. Limited for CP3 at least, you know? Sorry, I'm yawning. I'm not even that tired, and just what it is. Moses, good game. B-Pod didn't shoot a lot, but the production there, you know, it's there. But Wiggins Wiggins. Look at that. Clay. It's just like 13. It's like, damn, you know? But ultimately, they got to win. They need, you know, they did what they needed to get done. What I'm curious about is the turnovers. 17. The fact that we were able to get through that was 17 and shot worse from the third. We didn't get out rebounded. That's a miracle. Look at that. Look at that. 19 points off turnovers, 23 for Golden State. I mean, that helped. Largest lead for the Trailblazers was 11. And Anthony had a really good game. It looks like. I don't look at numbers until after the fact. Yeah, 28. Look at it. Look at him. Him and Sharp had. Damn. 28 and 26. Yeah, nah, those were the only guys that were really hooping like that for real. Yeah, nah. They were hooping for real. I don't know who the hell this Reef is guy, the Camara guy. Malcolm Brogdon apparently just wasn't doing nothing. But Matisse on this team is helpful. No, but we hate Joe Cronin out here, so that's all I'm gonna say. That's the only W I'm gonna give him because apparently, you know, Miami's assets to trade for Dame were awful, right? How's that working out for you, Joe? Idiot. Sorry. Gotta stay professional for Boogie-Ball. So now that we are done there, going back to the schedule, the next 10 seems to be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it ends in Miami. So yeah, that's from the 8th to the 28th is what we're looking at. All right. So we play in Oklahoma City on Friday. I don't even know how to feel about this because Oklahoma City just cooks us in every facet of life. Oh great, another Scott Foster game incoming. Watch us lose the first two. I just see it. You know what? No, I'm showing guts. We might take an L in Oklahoma City. I'm not gonna lie. I hope we don't. Like guys, just I'm giving you my honest thoughts. I want the Warriors and the Heat to win most of their games. I know it's just not gonna happen. I gotta be realistic. There's some things that other teams have better than them. You know. I'll give Oklahoma City the thumb up. I will give Phoenix. Nope. Warriors get a nope. I'm gonna say Warriors get a big win in Phoenix because I said so. You feel me? Because I said so. Phoenix, Warriors get a win in Phoenix. Warriors get their look back in LA. Brooklyn's tough. They go and beat Brooklyn. They beat Portland. They beat Washington. They probably lose to Boston. It'd be cool if they beat Boston. Actually, it'd be like, "Who's your daddy?" Type stuff. Get a leg back in Denver, and obviously beat Miami because I said they have to because they're in Golden State. So I'm expecting of the next 10 games. This is 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm expecting 1, two, three, four, five. I'm gonna say I'm expecting the Warriors go 6-4. I'm expecting 6-4. I feel like that's realistic. I think 6-4 is realistic. I think it is because Denver's tough, but I want to I want the lick back. The Warriors need to want the lick back when they lose games that they shouldn't have lost. You know, um, even though Portland tell them I don't care. And these two are nationally televised, and Draymond's probably going to try and choke Jordan Poole out, which I hope he doesn't because I miss Jordan Poole. Um, the Christmas Day game should be really fun. Um, it's good that both Miami and Golden State are playing on Christmas Day. I think that's really cool. Um, so yeah, that's pretty dope. And then they play, the boys play in Golden State. So I'm gonna say 6 wins. The Warriors have not had a great year. A lot of Dub Nationers are in panic mode. It's not looking good. I'll be honest with y'all. It's 20 games in now. It's not looking good, but um, y'all can take it one day, one day, one game at a time, right? One possession, one quarter. So one shot. Hasn't looked great. There's just a lot of very eye popping issues that aren't being addressed. The Warriors are trying to put out 3 guards, and it works for a little spurt of the game, and then it's just like when it comes down to when it really you got to go get a win. Curry just can't do it all. You know what I'm saying? Curry just can't do it all. Guys aren't hitting shots, and that's not really my problem. It's just more so the fact that, oh god, what just happened? Oh, that's new. Y'all see that? I didn't even know I could do that. Whoa, whoa, sorry. Um, it just comes down to the necessary moves that need to be made to kind of round out the team because Dario's doing great, but it's like again, you have guys like Evan Mobley, Jared Allen on the same team. Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert against a 6'7" and a 6'9" guy. There's not much you can do. So that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting at least 5 wins from Miami and 6 from Golden State, but who knows? I'm trying to be realistic. I'm not trying to say like, oh, the Warriors are gonna go 10-0 because then you guys will look at me and be like, he must be on some nice, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate everybody for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you guys are feeling about your teams and the in season tournament. I think the in season tournament was a W. I think it should be prolonged throughout this first half of the season. I think that there should be. We're getting towards Christmas time. The I believe that the semifinals are actually starting at the time I'm recording this. They're starting in about 20 minutes or so. I would say every team in their group should play each other at least twice. That's my only thing. If they want to extend it out, they should be able to play each other twice. That's just my thought. I think that they should go from 4 games to 8 and branch it out. Just so you get a chance to, kind of return the favor. That's just my thought. Again, this is a trial run and everyone loved it, so I think that they should bump it to 8, have each team play each other twice. And actually no, I'm bugging. Hold on. So I'm looking at the groups. Aren't there 5? Hold on. Let me go in season tournament. Check on my phone real quick as I record this. Just so that I can in season tournament groups. That's what I want to see, the groups. Group play is what I want. It's 5 teams. Also, sorry. So it'd be from 5. Sorry, I forgot it's not 4 teams in each group. That the math didn't even add up in my head. So there's 5 teams in each group. I think you go from having I'll have them all play once, which is weird because the records look weird. Hold on, how did they do this? Let me look at the standings because now I'm trying to figure out how many games. I just think every team, like regardless of how many games, I think every team should play each other twice. I don't even know how that math works. Well, also each team plays 4. Each team played 4 games. So yeah, no, 8. I was right. I was at the first time. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was doing that right. So yeah, each team plays instead of 4 games in the group, 8 games in the group. You do it from there. Um, but overall, I mean, Miami had a better 10 game stretch than Golden State to piggyback right back to where we were. Golden State has a lot more issues than Miami, but Miami's dealing with injuries. Who would have thought, right? And Golden State's dealing with lineup issues and just underlining stuff that's just frustrating to watch. And some fans are just like over it. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not gonna give up on these two teams. It's a long season. Uh, the record now and the record in 20 games could be completely different. But we just gotta wait and see. So, without any further ado, man, thank you all for watching once again. I'm gonna bid you adieu, goodbye, good night, good morning, good afternoon, depending on when you're watching, and have a great rest of your week into your weekend. I probably won't post anything until Monday, and enjoy the in-season tournament because we're in the semifinals going into the finals, and see everybody in the next one. Peace.